Donald Trump's presidential campaign just received some massive legal victories. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video, and today we have to talk about the 2024 presidential election because Donald Trump just received some massive legal victories across the board. Yeah, that's right. Remember when everyone was making fun of Trump's legal team because they couldn't win, they had an 0-500 record or some crap like that? Remember that? Yeah, turns out that narrative is full of crap because just today, Trump got not just one, but 3 legal victories, and the biggest one came out of New York as the judge officially delays Donald Trump's sentencing in hush money case until after the November election. Yep, it's official. Trump will not be heading to jail before the election. Now, it's still possible that after the election, the judge throws him in jail for how many years or whatever. I guess that's possible. But at the bare minimum, as of now, we won't see Trump in jail before the election, which was a big concern for a lot of people because, let's face it, this judge more than likely was going to throw Trump into jail. Let's stop pretending that, oh, this judge was going to be 100% fair and honest about the sentencing. No, he wasn't. He was going to throw Trump into jail or maybe, just maybe, put Trump under house arrest. That's like best case scenario for Trump, more than likely. But now, at least for now, we will not have to deal with any bullshit before the election. But there's still a possibility that after the November election, they could throw Trump in jail. Yeah, there's still a possibility that Trump could be declared the winner on election night, and 3 weeks after the fact, this corrupt judge could say, you know what, Trump is going to jail, or at the bare minimum, he's under house arrest. Yeah, that could still happen. But for now, at least before the election, Trump isn't going to jail. And the earliest you could possibly go to jail is like November 26th, or that's at least the sentencing date. Technically, it's possible the judge at that point realizes, okay, maybe we shouldn't throw the president of the United States into jail. Maybe that's a bad idea. But who knows? Maybe he thinks himself, you know what? Screw it. Trump won, but it doesn't matter. Screw what the people think. The orange man is going to jail. It is entirely possible that happens, which if that does occur, we would be in deep trouble as a country, because think about it. You're throwing the president of the United States, or at least the upcoming president, into jail, like 2 months before he's inaugurated. What's the worst that can happen? Oh yeah, this could start a precedent where every election cycle, after the election, the DOJ or whatever, they go after the incoming president. They go after him legally and then throw him in jail. And effectively coup him out of office before he's even inaugurated. That's the problem here. So I'm praying to God that this judge realizes, okay, the election's over, Trump won, here's like a $5 fine. Instead of, you know what, let's throw Trump in jail right before he's being inaugurated. What's the worst that can happen? I guarantee you if that actually did occur, there would be riots on the street immediately. Everyone would be pissed off. It would cause a lot of chaos. But it makes you really wonder, do these judges want chaos? Do they just not care? I think they don't care, but let's hope this judge realizes, okay, even if Trump wins, you know what, let's not throw him in jail. Just give him like a $500 fine and call it a day. Because can you imagine for a second, if Trump is a president-elect and they throw him in jail, what precedent does that set? It sets a precedent of, hey, we lost the presidency, so you know what? Let's throw every legal shenanigan we can at the winner because we are petty about losing. What an awful precedent. But these people don't care. They just hate the orange man so much that they would rather burn through, what is it, like 250 years worth of precedent just to stop the orange man? These people are deranged. But I have a feeling that if Trump does in fact win, I highly doubt they're going to throw him in jail. But if he loses, sorry, Trump, you're probably going to jail. It sucks, but it's true. Welcome to America, where for Trump to be out of jail, he has to win. That is crazy to think, but that's America in 2024, where if you want to not go to jail, you have to win the presidency. I know that's ludicrous to say, but that's America in 2024. If you want to avoid going to jail, you have to win the presidency. Just awful stuff that's happening, but thankfully it seems like for now, for the next like 2 to 3 months, Trump isn't going to jail. So at the bare minimum, this delayed what could very well be the inevitable, but let's hope to God that this doesn't go anywhere else. This just stops here, and they decide to either just give him like a $500 fine or say, you know what, it's a mistrial, you're good to go, get out of here. We're even now. I'm hoping that's what they do, because if they go further with this, things could get ugly real fast. Now, this wasn't the only legal victory Team Trump got. They got some massive victories in Michigan and North Carolina. Now, technically, this is from RFK's legal team, but let's be real. RFK's legal team is working with Trump's campaign. I guarantee you that's what's happening here. But either way, this is a massive victory for Trump, because it looks like, as of now, RFK will be off the ballot in Michigan and North Carolina. Now, at least it's trending towards that direction. And for those that don't know, North Carolina and Michigan, you know, 2 critical swing states, they were doing everything they can to keep RFK on the ballot. Yeah, that's right. Remember how not even a month ago, Democrats were doing everything they can to kick RFK off the ballot in every state. Hell, states like New York, they were saying RFK cannot be on the ballot in New York. For crying out loud, it's like, what? You're gonna kick him off the ballot in New York? Why are you doing that? Why are you wasting all that time and effort in a state like that? But now, they're saying RFK must stay on the ballot in every state. And of course, they're focusing in on the swing states, because, well, that's where the race will be won. The swing states. And RFK is doing everything he can to get off the ballot in all the swing states. Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, Arizona, etc. And he was successful in, I believe, Georgia, I believe in Pennsylvania. Now it looks like he's going to be off the ballot in North Carolina and Michigan, because he got those big wins today, which is huge, by the way. Like, you talk about massive legal victories. This is a huge one from RFK's campaign, because you're talking about 2 states that, while North Carolina is not as competitive in my opinion, but we all know Michigan is a key swing state. And if RFK was really taking like 2 to 3% away from Trump or whatever, that's possibly the difference between a Trump win or a Harris win in Michigan. That's why it's a big deal his campaign is trying to get off the ballot in a state like Michigan. And it seems like right now, it's trending towards that direction. Now, if I'm being honest with everyone, I really thought that no matter what happened, North Carolina was a no-go for RFK. Because for those that don't know, North Carolina early voting was supposed to start today. Yeah, that's right. In early September, like September 6th, early voting was supposed to start in North Carolina. Ballots were supposed to be sent out today, but a judge ruled in North Carolina, no. These ballots are not going to be sent out until we solve this RFK situation. And you read more into the ruling, it does sound like they are agreeing with RFK, like, hey, he should be allowed to be kicked off the ballot if he wants to. Like, if he wants to be off the ballot, let him off the ballot. Like, why are we suddenly saying he has to be on the ballot in every state? Why? Why did it magically change in 5 minutes? I mean, for Michigan's a more extreme case. Not even a week ago, they were doing everything they can to kick Cornel West off the ballot. But not even 5 minutes later, they were saying RFK must stay on the ballot. So they have plenty of time to kick Cornel West off the ballot, but they're not allowing RFK to drop out of the ballot? Like, wait, what? What are you accomplishing with that? You know what the reality is? Democrats want RFK on the ballot now because they finally realized, oh, wait a minute. RFK was hurting Trump way more than Harris. So if we keep RFK on the ballot, that could hurt Trump in a place like Michigan. That's the reality of this. They don't care about democracy, for crying out loud. 5 minutes ago, they were saying RFK cannot be on any ballot in any state. But out of the blue, the party of democracy is saying, you cannot drop out of the race. You have to stay on the ballot. Which is just ludicrous, but that's the Democrat Party in 2024. They don't win elections. They win through lawfare. That's the reality of it. Like, if they were so confident about beating Trump, do you really think they would care about RFK dropping out? No, if Harris was up by 15 points like some people claim, I guarantee you the Democrat Party would not care whatsoever what RFK does. Like, oh, he drops out and supports Trump. Who cares? Like, get him off the ballot. Who cares? But they're reacting so badly to this, makes you really wonder, hey, maybe RFK was having a much bigger impact than some people were claiming. Like, would it be a big surprise to anyone if RFK was really getting like 4 to 5% of the vote and his voters were breaking for Trump like 80-20? Would anyone really be surprised by that? I wouldn't be, because RFK has a lot of Trump voters that support him, or at the bare minimum, people that are open to supporting Trump. They may not like him, but their first choice was RFK. But now that RFK's off the ballot, or at least on paper he is, these voters are going to break for Trump. And that could be the difference in a state like Wisconsin, a state like Michigan, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Nevada. You know, the states that really matter? That's why this is a big deal. Now, we got to see what happens, because there's a possibility that these courts say, actually, you know what? RFK is not off the ballot. He's still on the ballot for no reason. It's because democracy. It is technically possible, but I do think right now, especially in North Carolina, it looks like it's trending towards, oh wait, they're actually kicking him off the ballot. And that for a good reason, not because, oh, he said something wrong 30 years ago, so he has to be off the ballot. No, because he wants to be off the ballot. He supports Trump. So he dropped out of the race. But we got to see what happens. This whole situation just proves, though, we need real reform in America when it comes to ballot access. Like, really? The Democrat Party was doing everything they could to keep him off the ballot for a year now. But the millisecond he drops out, that's when they're saying, no, he has to be on the ballot. It should be as simple as, hey, if it's before October, you should be allowed to drop out of the race and be allowed to get your name off the ballot. Not, oh yeah, you have to sign paperwork 6 months ago to get your name off the ballot. And even then, some corrupt Secretary of State could say, you know what? Nah, you're on the ballot. It doesn't matter because I said so. Is that really democracy, where one person could just say, nope, you're off the ballot, or nope, you're on the ballot? That's not democracy. This should be a very simple system. It should be a very basic process, not this crap where the courts and the Secretary of State can decide everything. It should be, you have until October 1st to get your name off the ballot. Or something like that. Because why do we have early voting in September? Why? Like, you have 2 months to vote. You're telling me that people need that much time to make a decision on their ballot? Like, oh my goodness, I got my ballot 2 months ago and I still haven't voted yet? That's your problem. It should be like a month of early voting at the most, not 2 months like it is in North Carolina. Why is that the case? Who knows? But hopefully this does wake up people to the idea of, hey, we need real election reform, not just, ballot counting, not just, the way we conduct elections, just basic ballot access laws. Stop this crap where one corrupt judge could just say, you're off the ballot, or you're on the ballot. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.